Hey guys, it's Bub here, and in this video we're taking a look at MerengOS Ghost Superlite 26H1. Now, in the past we've taken a look at one previous version of MerengOS, and I believe it was the Windows 10 version, and I said that it was a competitor to Tiny 10. But in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the latest build that just recently came out. I had multiple people in my previous video comment that I should take a look at this new build of MerengOS, so because of that, I'm eager to see, as you guys wanted me to take a look at this OS. I downloaded this off of their website. I will say that the OS download link did look a little sketchy. Wasn't too trustworthy of that. But here we go. We are now booting into the installer of this operating system. First thing straight off the bat, I mean, we're not even in the operating system yet, but I do want to say that a name like MerengOS Ghost Superlite 26H1, and there's something else in there too, that is a very long name that just immediately makes me think that this is kind of, it's going to be interesting, to say the least. I won't judge it too much until we are actually in the operating system and we get a chance to see what it's like, but just based off the name, I don't have very high hopes here. So let's go ahead. We are now installing Windows. Everything looked the same, regular as we would see in a regular Windows 11 install, except the TPM requirement has been removed. So we're going to go ahead and let this install, and we'll be back once we're either in the out-of-box experience or the desktop. Alright, and here we are in MerengOS. The only thing I went ahead and did off camera was I installed VMware Tools just to get a better viewing experience for you guys. And with that being said, here is the desktop. Straight off the bat, this background, while it is custom to the OS, the first thing it screams to me is that just this OS is going to be bloated with unnecessary tools and features. But let's evaluate that claim. So on the desktop, we have our traditional recycle bin, nothing too crazy. This is the Windows Explorer that opened, as it always does, but I do want to point out that the title bar, or the ribbon bar, is the regular classic Windows 10 bar. It is not Windows 11. Moving down, we have the Mereng menu with, again, a bunch of tools such as antivirus. I don't even know what that is, and I am not going to run that. That seems very not good. We have some browser installers, Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Opera, pretty old though. CPU, Z, some drivers. Oh boy, Driver Easy and Driver Booster. Oh my gosh. Okay, moving down the list, we have install. So these are probably just winget commands. Or no, they're not. Okay, interesting. Memes, there's 2 music files in there. We have Mereng wallpapers, the Microsoft Store enabler, search with everything installer. This OS, I think, might win hands down the most unsecured operating system we've taken a look at. I mean, there's just so much garbage. Roblox is in the start all back folder. This is really just a disaster, honestly, with the amount of crap that's loaded into this ISO, and we only are in the second thing. Then we have this PC, so again, opens back up in File Explorer. We can see the old menu bar up there at the top. Closing that out, we can move down to Control Panel, which opens up in small icons by default, but yep, this is what we would expect on their Control Panel. And then we have the Mereng Toolbox. Oh, this is interesting. So right off the bat, visit my YouTube channel and join my Discord server. Self-promotion all day. Moving down again, there are some more browsers that you can install that probably just reference the what was in the Mereng menu. Tweaks, software, I mean, there's all sorts of fun stuff here. And then we have this, which I'm not going to open, but based on the name, I think you can all assume what that does. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get a copyright strike from YouTube again. I don't condone this behavior or running these kinds of scripts on your machine, as it is not exactly ethical to do that. On the taskbar itself, we can see, starting on the right side, we have our Show Desktop button, we have our notification pane, we have our, all of these buttons actually do the same thing because Windows 11 brings them together and this OS split them up. We have our volume, we have our network, and then we have Bluetooth. And then of course we have Windows Security, which everything is probably disabled because this OS is just such a, we can't open Windows Defender. Alright, so this OS is most definitely probably spyware, or some sort of, this is just giving me a bad feeling all around. Moving over into the File Explorer, again, third time to charm, here's the ribbons. While we're in File Explorer, let's take a look here at this disk usage. So we have a 59.7 gig disk. We are using 11.9, so that means we have 47.8 gig free. Our first MerengOS experience meant to make the OS lightweight, and while this might be a little more lightweight than regular Windows 11, this is not very lightweight in my opinion, but I digress. Then we have the search bar, which took a while to open there, probably because of all the bloat that's on this OS, but it brings up the Windows 11 search, so average things, this looks normal. But then we see the start menu. The start menu, or the button rather, is a Windows 10 button, and of course, why wouldn't we leave the original start menu? So we had to put our own custom one in this OS. So let's go into all programs here. By the way, the more you install custom things like this, the slower and more bloated the OS gets. This is not necessary if you're trying to make a lightweight OS, but I digress. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it is, in terms of installed applications in the start menu, it is lighter weight very much lighter weight compared to regular Windows 11. I mean, these are kind of the bare necessities, so I will give credit to that. I mean, it did that job well. We don't see anything out of the ordinary here. This looks pretty basic for a lightweight version of Windows 11. And then on the right side, we have the custom, which are typical for, I believe this might be Start All Back. I'm not exactly sure what custom start menu this is, but it's normal there. Then we have, let's go into here and we'll run WinVer just to see what this says. So yeah, Windows 26H1. I'll be completely honest, I haven't stayed up to date on Windows versions, but I believe that this is just totally modified and made up because Microsoft never releases H1 builds anymore. It's always H2, and the most recent is 25H2, so this has to be customized. I don't believe that it isn't. There's also a good time to point out this very obnoxious cursor that is rotating and glowing and flipping as I'm not even touching it. It's just doing that on its own. See if I can get it to do it again. Yeah, that's unnecessary and takes up system resources that could be dedicated elsewhere. And lastly, let's take a look at the CPU and RAM utilization on this OS because this is interesting. So we have typical Windows CPU utilization, so 7%, 0%, average for what we see with a Windows OS. And then memory, we are using 1 of 2 gigabytes, so not bad. Then in processes, let's see what's eating the most. I'm not going to scroll through all of these, but you can, if you want, you can pause the video and read some of these, see what exactly this OS is doing in the background. Now, that being said, this was a high-level overview of MerengOS. Definitely an interesting one. I would never recommend installing this because just of the amount of bloat from a security perspective that this has, but I digress. With that being said, if you like this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. If you have any ideas for future videos, please drop them down in the comments below. With that being said, see you all in the next one.